The United States presidential election stands as a cornerstone of American democracy. It's a testament to the power of the people, a peaceful transfer of power that has endured for centuries. Each election reflects the nation's evolving identity. It reveals the hopes, anxieties, and values of the American people. The winners shape the nation's destiny, leaving an indelible mark on history. They remind us that power ultimately resides in the hands of the people. In 1789, a fledgling nation, newly independent from Great Britain, faced its first test of democracy. The task at hand was monumental: to elect a leader for this untested republic. The unanimous choice was George Washington, a revered figure who embodied the ideals of the Revolution. Washington's presidency set the stage for the peaceful transfer of power, a cornerstone of American democracy. His successor, John Adams, faced a more divided nation. The rise of political factions signaled the challenges that lay ahead. The election of 1800 witnessed a bitter contest between Adams and Thomas Jefferson. Jefferson's victory marked the first peaceful transition of power between opposing political parties. This pivotal moment solidified the principle of a government accountable to the will of the people. The founding era laid the foundation for a nation built on the principles of self-governance and popular sovereignty. It established a precedent for peaceful transitions of power and demonstrated the capacity for a young nation to navigate political differences through democratic means. The early 19th century witnessed the rise of political parties, a development that would profoundly shape the landscape of American elections. The election of 1824, a four-way contest with no clear victor, exposed the growing sectionalism within the nation. John Quincy Adams emerged as president through a controversial vote in the House of Representatives. His presidency was marked by political maneuvering and the emergence of a two-party system. Andrew Jackson, a charismatic war hero, rose to prominence as the champion of the common man. His election in 1828 ushered in an era of Jacksonian democracy, characterized by expanded suffrage and a more populist approach to governance. The rise of political parties while fostering democratic debate also intensified partisan divisions. The stage was set for a period of intense political competition that would culminate in the nation's greatest crisis, the Civil War. The election of 1860 proved to be a pivotal turning point in American history. The nation, deeply divided over the issue of slavery, faced a fateful choice. The election of Abraham Lincoln, a staunch opponent of slavery, ignited the secession of Southern states and plunged the nation into civil war. Lincoln's leadership during the Civil War proved instrumental in preserving the Union. His Emancipation Proclamation, issued in 1863, declared the freedom of slaves in Confederate territories, transforming the war into a moral crusade against slavery. The Civil War and its aftermath left an indelible mark on American society. The nation faced the daunting task of reconstruction, rebuilding a shattered South and integrating freed slaves into the fabric of American life. The legacy of this tumultuous era continued to resonate in American politics for generations to come. The struggle for civil rights and equality, ignited by the Civil War, would continue to shape the nation's political landscape for the next century. Section 5. The Dawn of Modern Politics, Industrialization and Reform. The late 19th century witnessed a period of rapid industrialization and economic growth in the United States. This era also saw the rise of powerful corporations and concerns about social inequality. The Progressive Era emerged as a response to these challenges, advocating for social and political reforms. Progressive reformers sought to address issues such as corruption, monopolies, and social justice. The election of Theodore Roosevelt in 1901 ushered in an era of progressive reforms. Roosevelt, a charismatic leader, used the power of the presidency to regulate big business, conserve natural resources, and protect consumers. The Progressive Era left a lasting legacy on American politics, paving the way for government regulation of the economy, social welfare programs, and a more active role for the federal government in addressing social ills. Section 6. From World War to New Deal, the rise of the modern presidency. The early 20th century was a time of profound change and upheaval, marked by 2 world wars and the Great Depression. These events tested the mettle of American leadership and reshaped the role of the presidency. The election of Woodrow Wilson in 1912 brought to power a progressive reformer who guided the nation through World War I. Wilson's 14 points, a blueprint for a post-war world order, aimed to prevent future conflicts. The Great Depression, which began in 1929, devastated the American economy. Franklin D. Roosevelt's election in 1932 ushered in the New Deal, a series of programs and reforms designed to provide relief, recovery, and reform. Roosevelt's New Deal fundamentally altered the relationship between the American people and their government. It expanded the role of the federal government in providing social welfare and regulating the economy, setting the stage for the modern welfare state. Section 7. The Cold War and the Civil Rights Era, a Time of Upheaval. The aftermath of World War II brought new challenges and uncertainties to the United States. The Cold War, a geopolitical struggle between the United States and the Soviet Union, dominated international relations for decades. Domestically, the nation grappled with the legacy of racial segregation and the struggle for civil rights. The Civil Rights Movement, which gained momentum in the 1950s and 1960s, challenged racial discrimination and segregation. The election of John F. Kennedy in 1960 ushered in an era of hope and idealism. Kennedy's charisma and youthful optimism captured the imagination of the nation. His assassination in 1963 sent shockwaves throughout the world. Lyndon B. Johnson, Kennedy's successor, pushed for the passage of landmark civil rights legislation, including the Civil Rights Act of 1964 and the Voting Rights Act of 1965. These laws dismantled legal barriers to racial equality and expanded voting rights for African Americans. Section 8. The New Millennium Contested Elections and Partisan Divide. The turn of the 21st century brought new challenges and complexities to American politics. The rise of globalization, technological advancements, and demographic shifts reshaped the political landscape. The 2000 presidential election between George W. Bush and Al Gore was one of the closest and most controversial in American history. The outcome of the election hinged on the results in Florida, where a recount and legal battles ensued. The Supreme Court's decision to halt the recount effectively handed the presidency to Bush. The September 11th terrorist attacks in 2001 profoundly impacted American politics and society. The Bush administration launched the War on Terror, invading Afghanistan and Iraq. These wars and the subsequent War on Terror policies sparked debate and division both domestically and internationally. The election of Barack Obama in 2008 marked a historic moment in American history. Obama became the first African-American president of the United States, a testament to the progress made in civil rights and a symbol of hope for many. Section 9. George Washington, the Indispensable Man. George Washington, the father of our nation, stands tall as a beacon of leadership and integrity. His unanimous election as the first president of the United States speaks volumes about the trust and admiration he commanded. Washington's presidency was marked by a deep sense of duty and a commitment to setting precedents for the new nation. He established the cabinet system, a group of trusted advisors to assist him in governing. He also insisted on a two-term limit on the presidency, a tradition that held until Franklin D. Roosevelt. Washington's farewell address, a masterpiece of political wisdom, warned against the dangers of political factions and foreign entanglements. His words continue to resonate today, reminding us of the importance of national unity and a cautious approach to foreign policy. Washington's legacy extends far beyond his presidency. He is remembered as the indispensable man, the leader who guided a fledgling nation through its infancy and set it on a course to greatness. Section 10. Abraham Lincoln, a legacy forged in crisis. Abraham Lincoln, the 16th president, led the nation through its darkest hour, the Civil War. His commitment to preserving the Union and principles of liberty secured his place as one of America's greatest presidents. His Gettysburg Address stands as a masterpiece of American oratory. Lincoln's assassination robbed the nation of its leader when his wisdom was needed. Yet, his legacy lived on, inspiring generations to strive for a more perfect union. Section 11. The Presidency in the 21st Century. Challenges and Opportunities. As we move further into the 21st century, the American presidency faces a myriad of challenges and opportunities. Globalization, technological advancements, and a rapidly changing world order present both opportunities and potential pitfalls. The rise of social media and the 24-hour news cycle have transformed presidential communication. The increasing polarization of American politics poses a significant challenge to effective governance. Despite these challenges, the American presidency remains a beacon of hope and inspiration to the world. The ability to adapt, embrace innovation, and uphold democracy will be paramount in navigating the future.